Good morning from India. I am coming to you today from the state of West Bengal, a couple of hours outside of Calcutta. Now this is not my first time in India. I've actually been to India several times before, but it is my first time in India in 7 years. And as you can imagine, of a country that has the largest population in the entire world, 7 years is long enough for there to be a lot of changes. And so there's a lot that's going to be new for me to experience, and I'm excited to take you along for that. Now, one piece of advice I'll give you if you've never been to India before is that just to walk down one busy street on your first day, overcome that jet lag, push through, and just walk down one busy street, and you will be inundated with the sounds, with the smells, with the sights, with the people, with the experience of India. And that's what I'm going to take you to do right now today. We're just going to walk down one street, but you're going to see that one street is going to be just filled with the Indian experience. After traveling all around the world, I still believe there is nowhere quite like India. There is nowhere that smells like India, that sounds like India, that feels like India. And if you've been here before, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, you might not believe me. Now, I said that one Indian street was more than enough for a first day in India, and I truly mean it. I mean, I don't know if this video is capturing the cacophony of sounds, just how many people are passing by me, but it is stimulation on all levels. Everybody's got a different kind of horn. Every kind of vehicle is making some that kind of noise. People are calling out at you. Again, just that guy had a bicycle horn on his rickshaw. So it's just an inundation of the senses all the time, including some really quite delicious smells.
American.
I mentioned that I am filming this in West Bengal, the state in India, but more specifically, the town I'm in is called Mayapur. It is in the district of Nadia. As I mentioned, it's a couple of hours drive from Calcutta, and it is a pilgrimage place. So devotees of Krishna come here specifically to worship an incarnation of Krishna known as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's famous for a particular traditional style of singing and playing instruments that come from this region and that are in praise of Krishna. And so you'll hear a lot of singing, a lot of instruments as you wander the streets here. Now, not that long ago, 50 years ago, this was very much a village. Again, because it was a pilgrimage place, but only for those people who were aware of this particular incarnation of Krishna. And so it has grown exponentially. And even in the period of time since I started visiting, maybe 20 years ago, it's just a whole other place. But still, absolutely fascinating to see. Just a lot busier. The whole of India is dotted in temples, but you will find even more again in these holy places, like this lovely small temple that I'm in now, where you can see there are different depictions of different stories from their scriptures, and there is also Krishna and Radharani there on the altar, and above him is this incarnation I mentioned, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when I say that one busy street in India can encapsulate the whole experience, this is what I mean. You're not just seeing the transportation modes. You're not just seeing the clothes. You're seeing also the food. You're seeing the places of worship. They're all here. They're all together. So if you can keep yourself out of the traffic, you can really have an exceptional Indian experience just in one street. For all that it is an immersive experience, it can also be an overstimulating experience. So just take your time, find your calm, don't get hit by any traffic, and don't be afraid to stop for some refreshment. Here, sugarcane juice abounds. They've also got heaps of fresh fruit. So they do kind of like the guavas seem to be in season. They serve them with like a little bit of salt and chili. And well, this region is also very famous for the muri, the puffed rice. So what you'd eat as rice bubbles as a breakfast cereal, they instead make into a savoury preparation, potatoes and different yummy additions to it, and it becomes a nice, really savoury snack. So I think that's always a bit novel for those of us who grew up with puffed rice being a sweet breakfast cereal. Here, it's a savoury treat. Now I'm going to take you into another temple here. They're always so fascinating to enter and see the different depictions, see the artistry. So let's go take a look at this one. Your temples in India are going to require you to remove your shoes, so make sure you're wearing some that you can easily slip on and off. You might want to consider wearing some you're not terribly attached to, because occasionally people mistake your shoes for their shoes, and then you don't have shoes anymore. And so far, walking along, I've been offered sugarcane juice, I've been offered coconuts, I've been offered clothes, I've been offered food, I've been offered many rickshaws. So everybody with something and so many different things. You certainly never be bored in India. I could book a train ticket, I could book a plane ticket, I could buy a musical instrument. Really, just about anything that I could want, I could find just on this one street. I've now reached the section that has the fresh sabji, the fresh vegetables and fruits. And it's always interesting to see what each country has and what's in season when you're there. But look at this selection here. Jai Shri Radhe. I find myself wanting to buy things I absolutely don't need. Like, don't need any vegetables right now. But so that way, still wanna. Anyway, right now we've come to another temple, so that's what we're gonna go and visit right now. This temple is very serious about not using cameras or mobile phones. There's a recurring announcement saying, asking you not to use them, warning of fines if you do. So not going to risk that one, not trying to offend anyone. But I think that kind of gets me as far down this stretch as I'm going to go today. I'm going to see if I can find myself somewhere to have a fresh coconut, refresh a little bit, because honestly, even with the not insignificant amount of time that I spent in India, just to walk down one of these streets where there's a lot of horns, a lot of people, a lot going on, I already feel a bit overstimulated. So, you know, really nowhere like India. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope it gave you just that little bit of a taste, a little bit of a flavour of what India is like. There will be more to come. So join me next time as we explore more of India than just that one street. Thank you for watching. Never forget, the world is wide enough for all of us. Thank you.